Lollymate. In the Lollymate, the queen lands the final blow against a castled king, while protected by the pawn.
Haha, I am castled. No one can hurt me now.
Strange. I thought last night you said you loved being hurt.
Diagonal corridor mate. This is one of the few checkmate where a lone bishop can be enough to finish off the game.
Help. Step bishop, I'm stuck.
This is what you get for touching me earlier. Finish him, brother.
Railroad. The railroad mate looks like an unstoppable train of a rook and a queen, moving along a rail track to checkmate the enemy king. In this position, white crushes black's king, and there's nothing he can do about it. Max Lang. This checkmate pattern combines the powers of a queen and a bishop, and is named after a German chess player, Max Lang. In this position, the queen and the bishop work together to mess the king up, and the queen delivers the final blow. Balestra mate. In the balestra mate, the queen does a great job of covering most of the enemy king's escape squares, while the bishop delivers the checkmate. The final position looks like a pair of scissors. Opera mate. In the opera mate, the king is checkmated by a bishop and a rook in the middle of the board.
Shut the f*** up!
Morphy-mate. In Morphy-mate, the enemy king is trapped in the corner. The rook cuts off the important escape squares on the file or rank. The bishop moves in to deliver a checkmate.
Oh no, my queen.
You're so dumb. Call an ambulance right now.
I did, but not for me.
Checkmate.
Greco-mate.
It's over, Black King. You lose.
I'll just run away, you idiot.
In the Greco-mate, the enemy king is trapped and exposed on the edge of the board, and the rook delivers the mate. Corner mate. In the corner mate, the rook cuts off important escape squares on a file or rank. The knight jumps in to deliver the final attack and end the game.
I'll give you an apple if you go away, horsey.
Do I look like a doctor to you?
Scholar's mate. Scholar's mate involves getting the queen out early and relies on the opponent's low elo brain.
Want to try the scholar's mate today, babe?
Only if you keep the hat on.
Fool's mate. Fool's mate is the fastest checkmate in chess, but it only works for absolute idiots.
She's not gonna see this coming.
Smothered mate. This is one of the most popular and beautiful checkmates in chess. It occurs when a lone knight mates the enemy king, whose escape squares are blocked. Boden mate. In this checkmate pattern, the two bishops work like a pair of scissors to trap the enemy king. In this position, white sacrifices the queen.
I'm doing this for you, King.
Checkmate.
My queen is finally gone. Want a sword fight like last night?
Bombardier mate. In this checkmate, the two bishops bombard down their respective diagonals, trapping the enemy king. One of them delivers a checkmate, while the other controls the escape squares. Anderson's mate. In this mate, the rook delivers a checkmate on the 8th rank while being supported by a pawn. Vukovic mate. This is a rare mating pattern that is carried out by 3 pieces. In this position, white sacrifices the bishop, and then delivers a checkmate in 2. Arabian mate. This is an important and unique pattern that shows the combined power of the knight and rook in action. In this position, white sacrifices the rook, and then delivers a killer checkmate.
Salam alaikum! Alaikum assalam.
Anastasia mate. This mate occurs when the enemy king is trapped on the edge of the board and the rook delivers the checkmate. After giving black a check, white sacrifices the queen to deliver a soul-crushing checkmate. Reddy's mate. This beautiful checkmate starts with a queen sacrifice and the bishop and rook finish the job. Ladder mate. Also known as lawnmower mate, this pattern involves 2 rooks, or a rook, and a queen working together to checkmate the king. Blind swine mate. A rook is powerful on the 7th rank, and 2 rooks are even more powerful. In this pattern, 2 rooks work with each other on the 7th rank to deliver a checkmate. Triangle mate. This checkmate looks like a triangle formed by the queen, the rook, and the enemy king.
King, did you just get checkmated again? You're so stupid. I'll find another husband.
Please, queen. Give me another chance. I'll be a better man for you.
Fine. I'll give you another chance if you can solve this puzzle. You have 10 seconds. Wrong. Bye-bye, you loser.
A few moments later.
Back rank mate. As the name suggests, here the enemy king is trapped on the last rank behind its own pawns, and gets checkmated by either the rook or the queen.
Don't worry, King. We are protecting you.
Thanks, pawn.
Hello, king.
You fools. I can't move because you guys are blocking me.
Damiano's mate. In this mating pattern, the queen delivers a checkmate through the 7th rank, and from the edge of the board while being protected by a pawn. Sneaky stallion mate. In this pattern, the queen controls the king's escape squares, and the knight delivers the final blow. Two knights mate. This is a mating pattern where two knights roll together to finish off the game. In this position, the king doesn't have a lot of room to breathe. White first sacrifices the queen, then a double attack, and finally, the knight delivers the mate.
Hey, Black King. You remind me of my wife. Oh, really? Is it because you'll obey me and clean my dishes? No. It's because you're about to get mated and you won't enjoy it.
Suffocation mate. In the suffocation mate, the bishop suffocates the enemy king by controlling some important escape squares, and the knight lands the final checkmate.
Get off me. Help. I am suffocating.
Stop pretending, King. We all know you like getting choked.
David and Goliath. In this checkmate pattern, a pawn delivers a mate. Currently, the black king cannot move anywhere. But the pawn on f4 can't be pushed because it is pinned to the king. So white sacrifices the queen to force the rook to move, and then deliver the final blow.
What are you doing, tiny pawn? You could never hurt me.
Remember, kids, size does not matter.
Epaulette mate. In this pattern, the king is in check, and has no safe retreating squares to its side.
I was with the white queen last night. She let me lick her crown. She told me not to say this to anyone, but who cares about that bitch anyways?
What were you saying, King?
Oh Killbox mate. This checkmate pattern occurs when a rook and queen work together to checkmate the enemy king in a 3x3 box shape. In this position, white's bishop is in the way of the checkmate, so black sacrifices the rook, and then delivers killbox mate with the other rook.
Kozio's mate. In this mating pattern, the king's retreating squares are blocked by its own pieces, one standing horizontally and the other standing vertically. In this situation, white gives up the rook to pave the way for the queen. Black ended up getting checkmated in 3 moves. Pillsbury mate. In this checkmate, the bishop controls the corner square of the castled king, while the rook delivers a mate on the open file. In this situation, if black moves the rook back, white will block the check by pushing the pawn, so black sacrifices the rook to lure the king out and deliver the checkmate.